Okay, so we got that.
I figured.
Oh shit, there you are. Oh, you know what? I only do have this one as an audio. I don't have this one as a video call.
Hey, that's cool.
That works. Um, okay, so let's try this again. We'll do a proper greeting this time. Alright. Alright. You ready?
Ready.
Alrighty. Welcome to the 12th episode of Unhinged, Unfiltered, and Unscripted, and possibly unmedicated. We all are. It's fun. It's glorious. Tonight's topic is we are going to talk a little bit about the new moon and some things to expect and certain things to do as far as rituals and just better outcomes with things. Um, we also may possibly have a third guest in the midst with us tonight. His name is Jason. He may interject from time to time. Jason, say hello.
Oh, one moment. Sorry.
Or no,
Say
you're fine.
hello.
Hello.
Um, and we also have our wonderful co-host JJ.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah, it's a little bit of an impromptu podcast topic tonight, but we figured it's very fitting with the fact that tonight's the new moon. So yay! And tonight's affirmation, we're starting off with stop making excuses, and just start the fucking thing. That's
I
great.
am so sorry. So sorry. This
You were fine. That
is
was
not.
perfect.
That was like perfect fucking timing too.
I just. Oh shit! Oh damn! My card box just broke. As I'm putting all my cards away. That's not
Oh
good.
no.
Alright, so get my handy dandy books out. I'm gonna just dive right into it. Alright, so the new moon. So the new moon is the beginning of the lunar cycle, although the moon cannot actually be seen in the sky until a few days after the new moon. For this reason, the start of the new moon phase is sometimes known as dark moon and is typically a time for rest. However, as soon as the first silver of light appears, it is time to start thinking about what you want the next lunar cycle to bring you. The new moon is a time for sowing seeds of new projects, weighing up the pros and cons of a situation, perhaps assessing the need for a change in your patterns. Now is the time to decide what you want. So that's a little bit about the new moon as far as.
Which, with the new moon, I do want to add that regardless of what you are going through in current times, tonight is the best night to manifest. One of the best nights to manifest. It's also really good to just stay positive about anything. If there's something troubling you, think positive about it. And you could also, as a suggestion to people, you can also do the 369 method, which in a later podcast, if you guys would like, I can break down the 369 method. It is a form of uh,
Manifestation.
manifestation, but you got to do it for like 9 days, and
Yeah.
you got to be consistent. But I won't go into any
Yeah, I
more
gave up
detail
halfway
about.
through.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
carry
that's
on,
so
Jen.
that is
Carry on.
interesting. Um, well, as I'm actually going through one of our many handy dandy notebooks. Oh, she's awake, but she's not answering me. That's nice. Sorry. I'm looking at some of the goddesses that are either associated with the new moon or the full moon. So I'm just going
Ooh,
through.
who is it?
Let me go back. Hold on. So we have. Which one are you though? It would be so helpful if my context didn't just shift. Okay, you're not. You're a crescent moon. Boop, 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 boop. Hold on. There's only a couple of them that actually were for both.
Oh,
But nope, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Never mind. I was gonna tell you something, but nope, I don't know how to pronounce that name. I know Selene is the Greek Titan goddess. She's one of the most powerful deities and regarded to being the creator of the universe. Um,
who is she affiliated with? Is she uh
Romans.
is it a Roman?
She's associated with both Roman and Greek.
Oh, she's Roman and Greek.
Yeah,
Wow.
but she's also the goddess of romance. And you would evoke on her for sweet dreams, new romance, manifestation, and general good blessings.
Woo.
And then, which
That
one are
means
you?
tomorrow I should light a candle
You could
and
the moon in Gemini.
start my
You should.
369 method.
You should.
I should,
I know. That's what I'm
so I
saying.
can manifest what I want, and then it'll
So here,
come to fruition.
so here's some. These are some spells that you could do also on the new moon. So one of which is the silver money spell, which is you take 5 silver coins and place them in the shape of a 5 pointed star on a windowsill or somewhere where they can soak up the light of the new moon. Leave them in place until the moon is full, then pop them into a special pouch or purse. Wherever you start to feel anxious about money, rattle the pouch to hear the coins clink and then think to yourself, may each new moon bring wealth to me. May each new moon bring opportunity. And you can repeat this every new moon and keep the coins charged with lunar energy. So that's one you could
Oh,
do on the new moon.
that is really neat.
That is, that is, and especially with money problems, with everybody's suffering with money problems now, it's
Well,
definitely
but
something to always
right.
have.
But if you're gonna, so it, I let's be realistic on this end of it. If you're gonna do a money spell, you need to be realistic.
Yes,
Don't,
you
I
also have to put
mean,
in the work. Don't expect it just to fall in your hands. You have
exactly.
to
You
actively
have to
try.
put in the work. You
Yes,
have to. You can't ask for $1 million and then you get $1 million.
yeah, no, it's
That's
not. The universe does
that's
not,
not
unfortunately,
how
work
that
that way.
works.
Not
Yeah,
at all. It would be nice though. It would be great.
dude.
Uh,
That's why I said I need to find me a sugar mama.
right? That would be nice. Of course, you would have something to say about that. I mean, there's also the charging of your crystals and your cards and your rods and all of that as well.
Yes,
During these times, these are just more specific to the new moon in itself. Um, which I have my one thing out that I need done. Everything else can kind of take a seat back, but just try to think of what other things that are in this book before we go any further. What's Deanna's mirror? Sorry,
I don't know.
that's a full moon. We're not there yet.
Oh
We'll
no, we're not
talk
there
about
yet.
that on the full moon. Uh, wait. Oh no, this is Weenie Wall. All right, now we're on chapter 4, which is moon casting. I don't know what this is. Oh,
There are
this is going to
there
tell you
are
how to do a
moons.
read with this.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, just for everybody knows, if you're gonna set water out for moon water, you have to bring it in before the daylight.
Ooh,
I
we could
know
do that.
that's
Oh,
like common sense. It's the same thing with sun water. If you want sun water, you have to bring it in before the moon.
huh. This is a lucky star reading inside your ambitions. This one, and maybe we'll do this reading. It's a 5 card spread. But That's a flag for. But I wonder if. Oh, never mind. All right, sorry. I was reading it wrong. Um, I thought the cards that were predicted in the pictures or in the picture was the cards you're supposed to get for that spread. It wasn't. They were just examples of what the spread would look like. But it's a 5 card spread. Um, it's it highlights where your ambitions will lead you if you follow your heart and your talents. So card 1 would be where you are. 2 is what's in the shadows. 3 is what's helping you. 4 is your immediate course of action, and 5 is your outcome. Or we could do the waxing wax. No wait, hold on. Let's see if there's a new moon spread. That's full. Uh, does not look like it. Why don't they have a new moon spread? That would make sense. That is just rude.
I don't know.
Trying to see if I go back, if I look in here, it'll tell me. Because the new moon. Wait, do you remember what I said the new moon was shaped like? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Hold on. Un momento, por favor. Ba, 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 ba. I guess technically that would be uh, the waxing crescent, but probably not, because that's the first. That's the first part to the new moon. All right, well, that's interesting. I'm a little mad that they didn't have one of those, but we could do the pentacle spread, because that would be probably the most uh, spread outside of a designated special one. But we could pull as well. And then I have a couple of cards we could pull from. Ow, I didn't mean to do that. B-D-D-D. Ooh, a superstition about the new moon is that that's when you're supposed to get a new, move into a new home, is on the new moon. I want to see
Oh,
if
man.
they'll tell me why, though. It is considered very unlucky to marry during the month of May or during any of the waning dark quarters. Conversely, it is considered lucky to marry in June. Ooh, it's lucky to marry in June. Did you hear that?
It's lucky to get married in June.
Yes. And guess what? I was married in June.
Ooh. Well, I'm glad that
So,
you got married. I am
me
not.
too.
I'm going
No,
to be
me
a
neither.
Lone Ranger for the rest of my life.
Oh, shush, no, you won't.
Uh, have you met
I
me?
don't. Well, yes, but you won't. You'll be fine. You'll get there.
I'll get there.
um,
Listen, nobody has ever been able to put up with my shit, okay? Let's just call it what it is.
I mean, I can, so guess I'm nobody.
We'll have that conversation for a different podcast. And you
um.
can be involved.
Anyways,
That's what I'm using.
whoop,
Newspaper.
um, I'm kind of upset that they don't talk about the Morgan as far as being um involved with like the moon goddesses, but also at the same time she's not technically a moon goddess. She just has all three. What's it about? Well, Sherry's about the podcast. That's what it's about. Oh, that's a full moon too. Where's all the new moon stuff? You doofuses. Yes, I'm yelling at my books for being doofuses, by the way. That's okay. Oh, some animals that are linked to the moon. Do you have any?
Ooh,
Nope, that's a full moon.
one of them a lion.
Um, Probably. Nope, that's the waxing and waning moon. This one is nope, just moon in general. I'm getting there. Don't worry, I'm getting there.
I know
I know
you
we
are.
have more unprepared tonight, but I figured this was perfect because it was just wonderful. Uh, there's a cat and a
Ooh, a
cow.
kitty cat.
There is a kitty cat.
Maybe
And there's also this.
I should light a candle in memory of Shathid then.
You could. I'll read you the cat's one. So it says the cat is an animal that is difficult to get to know, maintaining a certain distance and mystery for us. The cat is associated with Greek goddess Artemis, known in Roman mythology as Diana. Bast, a cat-headed goddess, was worshipped by the ancient Egyptian. To hurt or destroy a cat in Egypt was punishable by death, as they were held in such high esteem. The cat has long been known as a familiar to magical practitioners, especially those who work with lunar magic. In other cultures, too, the mythology of the cat can be seen as important. For example, Shizatchi, the Hindu goddess of childbirth, is depicted riding one, and Freya, the Norse goddess of love and fertility, is known riding in a cat-drawn carriage. The cat, as a symbol of the moon, represents her mysteries. During the Christian era, the black cat has been regulated to the realms of witchcraft and sorcery, rather than being seen as a representative of the moon's teachings. Seek cat medicine when you want to improve your psychic abilities or during psychic protection ceremonies. Call on the goddess Bast when looking for a lost cat, as she has great influence with feline creatures. So that was the cat.
Very nice.
Now this one is right. This one is what moon
Man,
cycle?
I wish I could have another
This is
kitty
7.
cat.
Me too, but I like breathing.
I know you like
Well,
breathing. I'll
it
have a kitty
means like
cat and I'll name it Jen with one N.
that works for me. Also, here we go. So animals associated with the triple goddess. So for the new moon, the hare, the cow, frog. Artemis, the maiden. So we're gonna go back to the hare. So the hare is pictorial images of the hare have been found in Assyrian reliefs and in ancient Egypt. The myth of the hare and the moon is well known in the Far East, Africa, South America, and Europe. The hare represents the lunar cycles from new to full and waning to dark, from conception to gestation, from growth to decline and death, long associated with fertility and fertility cycles. The hare was considered to be androgynous, having both male and female attributes by ancient cultures. This was representative of the way in which they perceived the moon. The waxing moon has the male aspect and the waning moon the female aspect. The Anglo-Saxon goddess of fertility, nope, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, was depicted with the head of a hare in many other cultures, including Celtic, Indian, Buddhist, Chinese, and Native American. Deities of the moon were illustrated carrying a hare. The Native American hero Manbanzo, portrayed as a hare, is an important symbol of creation. Seek hare medicine when performing fertility rites, prayers, or wishes when seeking joy or illumination, or when needing quick results. Then what else was it? The cow and the frog. I feel like I'm reading a freaking kid's book. The cow goes moo. Sorry. um, the frog is the bringer of the rains as well as the fertility symbol associated with the moon. Uh, I don't know how to pronounce this one either, but the frog goddess of the ancient Egyptians carried the potential of the fertile waters that symbolized birth and fertility, and the green frog found in the Nile region was ventured as the bringer of new life and fruitfulness. The frog is also a totem clan animal of the Native Americans, from whom it is symbol of the water element, a powerful cleanser, the sacred great spirit of the Anglorean people lives in the moon and influence of waters of the world as well as the weather. Weather, like anything associated with water, has a connection with the moon due to her strong influence upon it. Seek frog medicine when wanting to move forward from a situation to another without obstacles when working on cleansing the emotions and during any fertility prayers. And then the last one was what? I said cow?
Yeah,
So the
you said.
cow is a sacred animal of Isis, the mother goddess of ancient Egypt. The cow represents fertility. All of these are fertility. Oh my goodness. She is also the giver of milk that nourishes human life, as well as the life of her calf. Milk, like water, is associated with the gifts of the moon. The moon goddess was worshipped in ancient Egypt as golden, long-haired cow. At the winter solstice, Isis, crowned as the moon cow, I still want to say that about somebody, but would circle the coffin of her consort. Orius 7 times. This symbolized the 7 circlings of the moon from winter to summer, signifying the turning of the wheel to new life and resurrection and the universal spirit. People of the Buffalo Clan in Native America, Indian traditions are the prayer weavers. They seek bovine medicine or associated with the sacred cow, or use items symbolizing the cow when saying prayers, when asking for blessings, and when seeking spiritual illumination. So that's that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. But again, it's all about like freaking but the thing that does the thing. Fertility, which I wish I had known that when I didn't stop giving up on trying. Because that would have helped. These are just the zodiac signs, but I don't really know. I don't know what moon cycle we're in either,
What?
to be
I'm
honest with
going to
you.
be honest. I don't think any of us are having fertility issues because
I
we're
mean,
done.
I definitely am having fertility issues, but that's
Well,
we don't know why.
right. Well, we're not trying to have
Oh,
kids.
well, no, definitely not. No, not anymore because I can't. But that was
No.
interesting. I just read that. But hold on, what? Oh no, what moon? Um, zodiac again. But interesting enough, we're in a Gemini moon, so I'll read that in a second. But so my moon stage or my moon sign is my moon is in Capricorn. And as I was flipping through this book to kind of go next, like on the next thing, I stumbled upon this one sentence that kind of like really stood out to me, and I'm going to read it real quick, even though this is not where we are right now. But I just figured it was interesting. But it says that women with their moon in Capricorn often put their feelings aside and settle with a partner who will provide them with material security, due to this being seen as a need with the placement. Capricorn moon. Oh wait, that's Capricorn moon men. But that was interesting because they sometimes balance with a warm and funny sense of humor, which rises spontaneously and can help others balance the rather superior, rigid exterior of often presented to the world. So it's interesting, um, because that sounds a lot like me. Let's go back to the moon in Gemini. So the moon in Gemini is people with their moon in Gemini are mentally agile, fil, flitting from one idea to another with great ease. With the natural tendency, Gemini moons will have many projects on the go and need to learn to complete with what they began. Loose tongues need to be guarded against. Gemini moons can be gossips and chatterboxes due to their love of the spoken word and the sound of their own voices. The greatest challenges for Gemini moons are an appreciation of silence and the consolidation of actions. Boredom sets in quickly with the placement because their minds are constantly thinking up better ideas or solutions to problems. Their quick-wittedness and versatility is therefore a strength as well as the potential weakness. Once harnessing an agile mind into practical action is mastered, this sign is an asset in many situations. However, due to their tendency to move on quickly unless the conversation is fascinating, they often miss opportunities to learn from or understand others. Gemini moons find emotional people difficult to be around and often have difficulty expressing their own feelings. They are drawn to the lighter side of life, where chatting and social interactions prevail. As long as they have stimulating outlets for their inspiration and sociability, they will be happy and content. They make excellent speakers, teachers, journalists, and anything associated with the use of language. Gemini parents like to stimulate the minds of their children, providing them with opportunities of exploration. They find it difficult to remain constant, but are fun to be with and will spend hours at play with their family. Um, their stones are agate, yeah. The flower is lavender, and the animal is monkey. Monkeys. Ooh, ooh, ee, ee. Sorry. All right, now go back into things. What are we? Today's June what? No, that's not what I wanted.
Today's June 5th.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's the
So the
6th.
new, I know tomorrow's D-Day. My son's excited to learn about that, which is interesting.
What?
But the new moon heralds the begin. What?
Nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. The new moon heralds the beginning of a new cycle and is the time in magic when the opportunities can be called for. On the magic circle, the new moon is placed in the east and the place of the moonrise, and the place is the rising dawn. This slender beauty is seen as young and vulnerable, filled with the potential of a full moon to come, but as yet unrealized. The new moon is the maiden, the innocent, the conception, and this is a good time to work on health and personal growth and to put plans into action for the month ahead. The new moon time lasts for approximately 3 days of the first quarter. The first quarter is a time of expansion, development, and growth, and can still be used for the same purpose as the new moon, as long as you make sure that you have completed your groundwork. The way to recognize a new moon is to check that her horns are facing to the left. During the first quarter, you'll see up to half the moon's surface illuminated, and again, this will be her right-hand side. It is the opposite in the southern hemisphere. So that's the new moon. Kind of goes uh, through that. Hold on one second. I'm trying to
We're
take it.
reading again. We must be patient.
Yes, sorry. I do that when we don't have a set schedule. I read quite often, and then I get yelled at for reading.
Listen,
So, you know.
if you want me to while you read, I can talk.
I mean, if you are knowledgeable in this area, go for it.
Not
It's
in
all
that
about
specific. I do not have a moon book, Miss
no,
Jen,
you're right. You're right,
with
but
one N.
you have done many of moon um rituals more than I have, so therefore it's true.
Yes, I have done a lot of moon rituals, and I've done them inside and outside of a house.
Oh, that's
Thanks to thank,
interesting.
and I want to give a shout out to our friend Mr. Kenjamin, um, for that one time. Thanks, Ken.
Listen, she started
Ken,
it.
listen, she fucking started it. I am the
She
princess here
started
because
it.
I'm older.
That is not. That's not how that works at all. At all.
No
Uh,
one said I had to be nice today.
that is true. That is
I'm
very true.
joking. I'm joking.
As far as like another interesting segment is that the new moon, depending on how the horns are, like how sharp the horns are in the new moon, can indicate windy weather.
Oh, so if they're sharper, then that
You're gonna
means
have a
you're
lot of
going to
wind.
have more wind.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. And now's the time to grow barley, asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, sweet corn, cabbage, melons, cauliflower, celery, a zucchini, leeks, peas, and spinach. Oh, and tomatoes. During all the new moon is the time to
I
plant
did
all those.
tomatoes one time.
I didn't
Oh,
want to. My friend said that they grew like wildfire, and he used to bring in these white candles all the time at work. And I was like, "Oh man, these are the," because I ate those things like they're candy.
Ken, I love your face. Just know I love your face. Thank you
Uh,
thank you, Ken, for centering me on where my mindset needs to be.
oh shit! Sorry, it's just funny. I find it really funny.
I know.
Um,
I need to be more humble with the one and Jen. But listen, when she pokes, I poke back. Okay?
I like
Just know that.
poking. Okay, so new moon. So here are some colors and stones that go with the new moon. Because again, the new moon represents purity and innocence. So white and milky stones like moonstone, opal, milky quartz are associated with the new moon. White candles should be burned during this phase. Um, Silver and it looks like that is all for the new moon. So basically, white and silver candles should be burned today. I'm just seeing if there's any other colors. Man, I want red. I like red. That's a full moon though. No, I don't want to do that.
I'm so excited that you have Podbean. This is our
I'm
first
so excited.
broadcast on Podbean.
This
We're
is
trying
welcome.
this is our first attempt at this, and normally we have our our video up, but
Yeah, but Jen forgot to do that when setting
yeah,
all of it up.
Jen dropped the ball.
Yeah, Jen sucks.
Not me, Jen. The other Jen.
Whatever.
The one end Jen sucks.
Yeah, the one in
Normally, I
Jen
don't get any
sucked.
complaints about it, but then again, that's neither here nor there. No one's gonna comment on that. Okay, cool,
Nope, I'm leaving that one alone.
great. That's
I
perfectly
love your
fine with me.
face.
Love yours too.
Aw, you're really cool, man. I
What?
appreciate it.
I missed something. Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks,
Sorry.
man.
I've been saying my guy a lot recently. I don't know why,
My
but I like it.
guy.
So thanks, my guy.
Thanks, my guy.
Okay, so that was the end of that book. So we're gonna do a we're gonna oh no, don't spill that. We don't want to spill the Red Bull. I almost got divorced over that once. So we do have a couple of some cards that we're gonna go through to do a kind of a card pull. So we're gonna the first one we're gonna do is gonna be a pentacle spread. Oh my guys, sorry.
Oh my guys.
Um, so the deck that I'm using for this one is, of course, a moon deck. It's called Moon Magic. They're all moon based, so there's a theme. If you haven't noticed, I don't know who would notice.
No, I didn't notice that there was a theme to our podcast tonight.
All right,
I was completely oblivious.
it's so weird to have a theme, to have common spread of things.
It
Again,
blows
we're
my
somewhat
mind.
organized. Sometimes we're organized. We're organized
You're
to an
always
extent.
on my mind.
We try to keep it or as best organized and planned as we can. It's just one of those things doesn't usually happen because somebody always kind of screws up.
It's not somebody, it's we.
Yeah, good point. I was gonna blame it all on me, but because you can't see my face, you can't see how emanating it is.
That is not a somebody. That is a we.
Somebody is. All right. So there's 5 cards in this one, and this one is the first card is gonna be where you are. The second one is gonna be what is in the shadows. 5 is gonna be 3 is gonna be what's helping you get there. 4 is your intimate course of action. Oops, and 5 is gonna be the outcome. Oh wait, turn around the right way.
I want the outcome.
But we have to kind of go through all 3 of them first, or all 4 of them first. I don't know how to count.
I have superpowers now. Kick ass.
Yes, you do. You are an admin. Of course. Why wouldn't you be? All right. Let's get this going. Don't get stuck next to it. I don't know why it's not updating on my end.
I don't know.
So we're gonna do, how does that make sense? How they laid this stupid thing out?
I don't know.
Oh, I know why. Because it's supposed to be in the shape of a star. That's why. So 1, 2, 3. This makes no fucking sense, but all right. It does not look like a pentacle star, but 4, 5. That just is 5 cards. Okay. So where you are? You are in the nightmare, not like a nightmare, just like the nightmare, Mare. Just throwing that out there.
Nighttime.
So the nightmare is keywords are fear, courage, overcoming. The creature of the darkest dreams, the nightmare, brings chilling visions to our sleep, leaving us anything but rest. Sleepwalking, night terrors, sleep paralysis, waking in a cold sweat. These are the tools she uses to get our attention. The nightmare knows that the best way to overcome a fear is to face it, and the best place to face it, um, down is in dreams. As we sleep safely in our beds, when this card comes up, is suggested to take steps and face up to the things that frighten you. Whether this is a phobia such as arachnophobia or an existential fear such as loneliness or death, explore where your fear comes from. Try to understand it and its origins within your psyche. Ride the nightmare until you have tamed her wild spirit and rendered her powerless over you by facing down your fears one at a time. While it's impossible to live without any fears at all, it is possible to live fearlessly and to face down those terrors as and when they present themselves. Use dream spells for better night sleeps. Next time the nightmare visits you, jump on her back and see where she takes you. Regard your dreams as teaching tools and don't be afraid of the dark. I'm always afraid of the dark. Um,
Aww, Ken.
oh, that's
That's
very
so
sweet, Ken.
sweet.
And so then the next
If
one,
I had
oh,
a
this is the second time.
if I
Sorry.
had a unicorn, I would name it Pegasus and I'd give it to you.
If you had a unicorn, you were on too many drugs. That's all I'm just gonna say about that. Um, I'm really happy that I got this one again because this is the second time I've seen this card, and this is the whole reason I bought this deck. But what's in the shadows is the Dream Weaver,
Oh.
which Jen knows how much this card meant to me, so I love it a lot. Keywords for this one is goal setting, action, and effort. Dreamweaver is reminding you to determine your own path through life because, to a large extent, your destiny is in your hands. This card is the antithesis of drifting through life, expecting everything to just come to you, growing increasingly resentful towards those who go out and make things happen for themselves. Dreamweaver is telling you to take charge of your destiny by setting a few goals and working steadily towards them. Don't be one of those people who constantly complain that they can't catch a break or get a foot in the door of their dreams. Don't sit back and wait for someone else to open up a few doors for you or give you a leg up. Do those things yourself. You are your own leg up. You can open your own doors to success. However, you must be prepared to put in the work. The universe works with you, not for you. It will only match your own level of effort. So if you don't put the effort in, you won't reap any rewards. This card reminds you not to keep playing the victim, but to take on the role of manifester. Determine what you want and then take determined steps towards having it. Set your goals, work towards achieving them every day, then set a new goal and begin the cycle again. The Dreamweaver card is here to tell you that there are no limits to what you can achieve if you set the intention and put the work in. The world can be divided into those who live out their dreams and those who don't. The difference is those who do are active participants in their lives. while those who don't remain passive take positive action today towards one of your wildest dreams. Create and live a life you truly love, one wherein you feel blessed every single day. Weave your dreams into the fabric of reality, which is pretty cool because earlier we were talking about a spell for money that you can do during the new moon. And we had made mention to that if you want it, you can't just be like, "Oh, I want $1 million," and be mad when you don't get it. But you actually have to put in the work. So it was pretty cool that we got
Right.
that out.
I would like.
So number,
Sorry, Jen. I didn't
yes,
mean to
no, you're
interrupt
fine.
you.
You're fine.
I
Go.
do. I
You
do
promised
want to.
anyways.
I do want to say this on the Dreamweaver card. Dreamweaver.
Good song. Good. While you do that, I'm taking a sip of my drink because my mouth is
Okay.
dry.
Okay. So speaking of that specific card, this is something that I wholeheartedly believe that if you want good things to come to you, and it's a proven fact, it has happened by many people. So that is why I believe it. If you want good things to come to you, you need to be a good person and have a good heart. Release what does not serve you a purpose. It does if something does not bring you to your higher self and or uh do for the greater good. That doesn't mean like you're uh
Karma's real.
taking advantage of somebody or whatever it is, but uh you're basically choosing to do something out of the kindness of your heart because it's the right thing to do. And always remember, if somebody does something for you,
Do it
remember to
back.
pay it forward.
Yes.
Don't
Which we've
don't
seen
just
firsthand it
right.
benefit.
Um you I'm having a brain fart. Like just stay
But
positive.
karma's
If
real.
regardless of what somebody does to you,
Karma's a real vindictive
walk
bitch.
you got to walk away from shit. Don't get even, don't get revenge, don't do any of that because it's like karmatic. uh,
Not worth the
Yeah.
energy.
So let's say Jen goes behind my back and says something about me. Well, the first
How
thing
rude of me.
I know, right? We do manifest by speaking things into existence, good and bad. There's a reason why it's called spelling. Exactly. So if you speak it, that means it could possibly happen, right?
Have
Well,
you seen me
ultimately,
in the real
if you want
feeling?
good things to come to you and you want to live a comfortable life and just be humble,
Gotta put it out there.
you got to take your brain out of that mental space of negativity, and it's not just me. What can I do for me? What can I do at this moment? How can I
Well,
persuade this person to do this, or how do I get this, but I'm gonna weasel my way over here to get this. Like you got to take your brain out of that shit and just be like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this, but in order for me to have this target, maybe I can talk to this person and we can work together instead of the negative.
absolutely.
Having
And I will. Sorry. Go ahead.
having a not every and I'm not going to say everybody is mentally stable because not everybody is mentally stable, but to
Right.
have a stable enough mind that you can be like, you know what, I'm just going to take myself out of this equation and I'm not going to involve myself in any of this because this is not doing it. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people like to go around and they like to say shit and they fucking, it's like, oh, well, this person did this, so I'm cool with talking shit about them and I'm gonna make them look like an idiot. Whether somebody did something good or bad to you, like Ken said, you're putting it out into the universe. So that means that your guides and guardians hear everything you say.
Yep.
And ultimately, everything that we go through in life is a lesson. If you have not learned your lesson and you are not sitting where you think you need to be or want to be, look at what has gone on in life. Review it, analyze it, and be like, you know what? I did this, this, and this. I need a change
Yep.
because this is unhealthy.
And kind of going off of that, like I know there are some of our viewers, mainly my mom, what up mom, who do listen, who they don't, they don't believe in the spirits or whatever, but they do believe in God and all of that. And it's the same thing when you were taught in like Bible school or whatever, God hears everything, God sees everything. And it's the same kind of thing. Like if you're putting bad intentions out there in the world, guess what? God or your spirits will see it. They will recognize it, and when it's your time, it's you know
You're
it's
done. It's
it's
done.
ultimately up to what you've done. Now, in the same retrospect of that, you know, I was told that I'm going to hell because I no longer go to church. Well, that doesn't mean my faith stopped. No, just the fact that where I practiced did. But I believe I've done enough good in my life where when it comes down to it, ultimately, in my belief, that I believe that I'm good enough to go. Now, uh, going with that, karma is a real vindictive person,
Karma
and
is. And karma
and
does not go away.
no, and it's very easy to fall into the victimizing aspect of it because I have played that card once or twice, when um but like it's easy to fall into the pity me kind of aspect of life, but to do it, to recognize it, and to go into a more mindful thinking, it really truly is important. I've seen it change my life, but not just mine, because it's not always about me, but like I've seen it change other people's lives just by a matter of thinking, just changing the way your mind works, and things, I don't want to say greatly improved because I don't want to give false hope, but like they generally improved for the better once you put a different aspect of thinking on. Almost the same as in school when they do positive reinforcement instead of negative. The outcome generally works out better, and it's kind of the same way. Change the way you think, things tend to go better for you. So we'll talk a little bit more on that in a second, but let me get through this spread and then we'll do another one. We'll talk more about that. But manifestation during this time is really, really, really important. And I know I know that I should also be doing these things, and I should. Oh, I know I'm still going hell. I'm driving the bus to hell, man. Um I know I should also be doing manifestation work. But I'm gonna force it on you guys. You do it. I'll do it later. But anyway, so the next card is metamorphic, which the keywords are trapped, hardship, and transformation. This card indicates that you are entering a time of transformation through darkness. Something will occur that will change you on a deep and profound level. There will be a chrysalis stage where you might feel trapped or powerless, but rest assured this is temporary. Soon you will emerge from the dark chrysalis, and like the moth, you will be free to try new things or try new wings that you have gained. This can be tricky card indicating a time of hardship, difficulty, and ill health. Know that you are growing in strength and resilience throughout this process, and that you will be wiser than you were before by the end of it. It is temporary shadow that hangs over you, and while it can be tough to navigate, it won't last forever. Take a trip from the moth and look for any glimmer of light to get you through the darkness. then 4, which was the Milky Way. The Milky Way, which is, I want that card next, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. So the Milky Way is journey, therapy, and adventure. A path of starlight unfolds before you, and the Milky Way card heralds a significant journey to come. This might be an actual journey, such as a holiday or a business trip, or it could also indicate a spiritual and mental journey, say a retreat or perhaps a therapeutic experience. It is the card of movement, suggesting that your life is about to become more dynamic and adventurous. What is more, the journey represented here is a significant one. You will be changed in some way by this trip and what it entails, so it could indicate that a holiday romance is in the cards. Which becomes more serious than you imagine it would be, or that a promotion is soon to follow, a successful business trip. The Milky Way card might also indicate a medical journey for some sort. For instance, it may foretell surgery or recovery time, but rest assured that this is a positive card which denotes positive outcomes. This card shows you that you are about to move forward in some way. So, what are you waiting for? Take the first steps and book that trip. And then the last card, which this card is going to be the outcome. So this is the one JJ wants. So this is the, oh, how the hell do you pronounce that? Sorry. It's, oh, I went too far. It's the Arcturus. Keywords are guardian, family, and support. The Arcturus is the brightest star in the northern hemisphere of the night sky, and it means guardian of the bear because it appears to chase the Ursa Major constellation around the sky. In Greek mythology, Arceus was the son of Callisto, who was a virgin follower of Artemis. When Zeus took advantage of Callisto, she bore Arceus, but Zeus's wife Hera was so jealous she turned Callisto into a bear. Arceus was about to shoot the bear while out hunting, not knowing it was his own mother. When Zeus took pity on them and turned them both into stars, Callisto became Ursa Major, the great bear, and the Arceus became Ursa Minor, the little bear. Arcturus has been associated with the bear ever since. This card indicates family and the close bonds that you share with loved ones. It can refer to an urban family of close friends and colleagues, as well as your birth family. While such relationships can have their ups and downs, this card suggests that you have a good support system in place and should not be afraid to call on family and friends if you need them. Trust in the bonds that you share with your loved ones and know that they are there for you. So I think for all 3 of us currently in here right now, um, it's a very fitting outcome card
I
for
agree.
this spread. Well, yes, sorry, but like also because of um uh the fact that we all have found each other, which is you guys are our, like my family and JJ's family. Like you guys are it for us, and like you can't always pick your family,
Fuck
but the
no,
ones
you
that you
can't
get
pick your
to,
family.
but the ones you get to have a say in and a choice on, it generally makes a difference. Blood is not it does not equate loyalty and does not equate family. It just basically means where you're born, and
Right.
having you guys seriously, sorry, and having you guys as my chosen family is pretty amazing, especially when my own family does not care to be around. Um,
I don't
not saying that they're not there.
have. I mean, I do have family, but I don't have family that's blood related.
Some of my blood family is not nice, but we won't talk about them just in case they
No.
do live. But I am going to pull out one more. This was a tarot deck card, though. I'm going to pull one from the New Moon deck. Because I do have
Okay.
a New Moon tarot deck. But I'm going to pull
Uh,
just one here, and then we'll pull a Red Rose Oracle, and then we'll call it a night. Because I know JJ has work, so I don't want to keep her very long, since she
yeah,
time.
4
But
a.m. 4 a.m. work does not suit for the nightlife.
I'll be up at 4 a.m.
Well, you can text me like you normally do. Nobody else messages me.
Well, I do. I message you. I try to do it every morning at 4, but I always forget
I
about the time difference.
Oh, because 4 o'clock is like 3
5
a.m.
o'clock
my
for me.
time. No, 4 a.m. your
Yeah.
time is 3 a.m. my time.
Yeah, and 4 a.m. your time is 5 a.m. my time.
I know,
Fucking time zones, man. They suck. Oh my god,
but
these
we
are
should
hard to
totally just.
what,
I
what
feel
should
that,
we do?
Ken.
Oh.
I feel that, Ken. I feel that 100%.
Oh, same. I have blood relatives that are not nice and said mean
Not,
things.
not nice.
So, I mean, like I said, blood is thicker than water of the covenant, but that does not mean that you get that means family. That just means where you're from. Who, pushed you out of their body.
I don't claim the person that pushed me out of their body.
I was pushed. My sister was yanked. So I was the most pure of my family.
I was an accident, but I turned out to be a shiny star.
I mean, I was an accident too. I'm the reason my mom's no longer in the military. Oops, sorry, mom. Okay. Oh,
You're like, oops, sorry, mom.
we got two from this. I love this. I should use it more. So we got
Ooh.
cups, and then we've got. Oh, look at that. We got the moon. How funny. How fitting. I gotta find the guidebook for this one. Why do none of them come with fucking guide decks?
They don't always do that.
I know, but it pisses me off.
I'm sorry, Jen.
It's not your fault. New moon tarot.
Oh, and here she goes again. The Google.
Oh, well, because Google's gonna help me get the deck the reading I need. You doofus. Why are you why are you so mad that I read? Like, I don't get it.
Use your intuition. What does your intuition tell you?
First off, I do use my intuition. However, I like to have the general concept and definition of it so I can explain it as well as, whatever. So therefore, I just like to have, um, a general understanding of it. But, you know, I will just go through what it was. What cards were they? So the moon. The moon is dangers, hidden enemies, lack of clarity, and need to reflect. And then the Ten
Oh.
of Cups was love, support, family, and harmony. So kind of
Oh my
going with
God.
the thing tonight. Basically, lean on your family, lean on your support system. Don't be afraid to
Bah.
take that risk or that job or whatever's coming at you. What? Why are you laughing at me?
Ken. Ken
Oh,
goes. Bob Ross said it best. There's no such thing as mistakes, only happy little accidents.
I don't know about happy little, but I was definitely a little accident.
I
Um,
wasn't little.
I fucking put it away. I better not have. No, I didn't.
You
Where did I
know,
put
this
it?
would be better if you had your shit together beforehand.
Listen, I did have it together. Okay. Oh, I was sitting on it. That's why I couldn't find it. Jackass.
Do, do, do,
I'm
do, do,
lit.
do, do,
So
do,
tonight's
do.
oracle pull is going to be the same as last week, which is going to be the Mystic Red Rose Oracle, because I like it and it's a pretty thing, and you can't stop me. So.
Well, I would like to do my oracle card next week, ma'am.
What do you mean your oracle next week? Oh yeah, you can.
My oracle next week.
You can always, you always have that option. You can also do the reading as well. It doesn't have
I
to
don't
always be me.
I don't want to do the reading because my new deviant cards, they'll rip your heart out.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, thanks,
I
Ian.
love you, Jen.
Oh, look, guys, it's the Jen, and Kenny show.
It's the Jen, and Kenny show.
I love it. Alright, let's get a oracle. I'm getting better at shuffling. Only when they're small, though. When they're big, I can't do it. I got tiny hands.
You should really practice that. You'll get better
Why?
at it,
Why do you think I'm practicing?
like daily.
Well, I need to practice more. I know. I'm getting there. So tonight's card is the Dragonfly, which is
Ooh.
lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change things coming to light and heal. Again, kind of fucking keeping with the theme of the fucking
How
night.
why does that card hit home so hard?
More so than its normal meaning, or just the dragonfly itself?
The meaning of the dragonfly.
It did.
That hit,
It really
that
did.
hit home really hard.
But I think it's something we all kind of just need to remember because we all kind of get stuck in it. We all kind of get stuck when we're 11:11. Sorry, had to point it out. We all get stuck from time to time, and it's helpful when we get reminders that we're doing the right thing, we're on the right path. I mean, look, I was stuck in a rut for what 2 weeks now. I'm just finally getting back into it, and it's definitely hard, and it's definitely there, but um, but I think that the whole thing tonight, whether it's you believe spirits or whatever you may think, something is telling us all that we need to get out of our heads, lean on our family, and just go for it. And things will generally turn out for the better. So for this new moon, my suggestion is write a couple of things down that you want to see come to fruition. As I never say that word, but Jen always says that word.
Wishing.
And kind of just let universe take the wheel. Not Jesus, but the universe.
Well,
Although Jesus can take the wheel if you want him to, but I love
whatever you believe in, just know she did do.
someone's watching you. Someone sees it.
So,
Keep
right, someone is always watching. It's either
it.
our
Feel like
ancestors, our
somebody's watching
deities.
you.
Yeah, somebody's watching me.
Sorry. Had
Uh,
to.
uh, fuck, what was I saying? Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah. So when you know that you're going through life and it's struggling, ask your people for help and guidance. But just remember that if you ask your ancestors, guides, or guardians for help, just know that if you don't learn the lesson the first time, they make it harder next time
Yeah.
and
I will say that. I didn't
harder.
listen to one lesson once and I learned the real hard way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I concur with that.
Yep. We just gotta pay attention to the sign, you know?
And just trust the process, trust the universe, trust that, your your people are out there helping you. Just
Right. I
trust
mean,
that they're there.
right, 100%. I mean, it's just like, you know, me going to Arizona.
Yeah, I mean it's a shitty lesson to
I
learn, but
right. There would be within a lesson there is a blessing. And if you learn your lesson, then you will get your blessing. But regardless of everything that has gone on, let's say within the last year, okay, I do not hold any grudges. I am just here. And, I've come to terms with if somebody wants me in their life, they're going to put me in their life. If they don't want me in their life, I do not serve a purpose. My intuition will tell me if I serve a purpose for somebody or not. And if I don't serve a purpose, then I'm more than willing to walk away
absolutely.
because there's no reason to go through life and sit and torment yourself over something again and again and
You
again.
can't change
And
you can't change things that already happened, but you can learn from it and not have it happen again.
right, exactly, Ken. So if something bad let's say something bad's going on, try and find the positive in it. Try and find the light at the end of that tunnel.
Which it may be hard some days, but that's why you lean on your family because guess what?
Right,
If you can't see it, chances are they're going to help you. They're going to help
right,
you realize it. And I know that from a fact because I have friends who do
right,
that same fucking thing.
right. But just remember, your friends or family, whatever you want to call them, you're just not a beneficiary. You are also a giver.
Yep, you can't just give. You uh, have
Right.
to also
It is a
give.
two-way street.
Yes.
It is so a two-way street. I can't tell you how many times in my life, and I think that's why my aura is gold and purple, like Terry was saying,
Ooh, I like
because
purple.
yeah, my aura, the the
I don't know what
the
my
color,
aura is.
yeah, the color that surrounds me that Terry sees, she says that my aura is gold and purple, and that my one of my purposes here on earth is to be a healer, which I can see that. Well, she didn't say that part, Ken did.
Of course, Ken. Yet. That's the biggest, oops,
Right.
keyword. I wish I knew my aura.
uh, I'm a healer, so that means that I like helping people, I like doing things for people, right?
You
But I only do so
can
much.
only give so much before you can't take anymore.
Right, and then I
You
have
can't pour from
to,
an empty cup.
right, I have to walk away because, like I said, I'm only going to be disappreciated for so long. I don't like being taken advantage of, and neither does anybody else, you know?
I mean, who does like being taken advantage of?
But it's also not right when somebody is,
What are your colors? You said white, gold, and what?
my two colors, healing comes in many different forms. You're right, Ken. Gold, like a yellowish gold, and purple.
Hmm.
I believe Ken said something. It also resembles royalty.
Purple. Well, purple. Yeah, purple is the color of royalty. They don't have like a set purple, but a violet, which is your crown chakra, enlightenment, visionary, psychic, artistic, inspirational, and spiritual. Daydreamer or lack of focus is your two negatives. And gold is spiritual protection, enlightenment, wisdom, inner peace, and you don't have any negative with that one. I want to know what mine is. I've been told mine's white at one point, but that doesn't seem right. I'm not gonna read you what white is.
Come on,
Because it's
you
funny.
gotta read it.
So white is your crown chakra. It's angelic qualities, purity, healthy, or auroric vision, psychic, medium. And its negative quality is dirty white illness.
Oh, how nice was that?
I mean, except for the dirty white illness, both were kind of all right. Keep both palms facing.
I don't know. I just
Oh, that's how you can do it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think in general with everything that we have talked about tonight, I think we have given a lot of good viewpoints. I think we have given people other ways to look at things. And I'm just going to say this, that anybody that wants to reach out and have a conversation or wants more information about stuff, we are more than willing to help people. We are more than willing to be somebody that doesn't know the situation and can be a good sounding board. It's just a neutral party in general to bounce stuff off of, you know?
Absolutely, and there's many different ways to reach out to us. Um, it's everybody starts the journey at different times. And though we both have started ours later in life, we we have found that doing it
You ain't
alone is a
over
lot
yet. We're
harder.
not done yet, Jen.
Oh no, I know we're not. That's why I said
We're
started. I didn't say we were
oh,
done.
100%. You
But
know,
we found that it's harder to do this alone with no one helping you than having somebody there walking alongside you. Not someone holding
that's
your hand and guiding you,
right.
but
But I mean,
walking
that
alongside of you to help.
but that's but that's the thing. Like, even though all three of us, four of us, whatever, how many there are of us, um, no matter what goes on, there are the few of us that we go to our specific people. Like, I'm here for you just like you're here for me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do the work for you, but I'm here. I'm just a phone call away, you know? And that's the thing. We as people have to learn to put in the time and effort. Right, Ken. Right. We as people have to do our own work. If you do something in unspeakable ways, you will be ultimately rewarded at the end of your life. And just think that if you go through your whole life, let's say this point in time, Jen, okay? Let's
Mhm.
say right now in this realm, your name is Jen and you're a female and you live in New Jersey, right?
Mhm.
The next time you come back around, you're not going to go through this again. It's going to change because you took your lessons and you grew from that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I
it's
would
like
definitely not want to relive this.
and listen, the only thing I have to be jealous of is people that have met the actual ultimate end of their road and they get to transform into an
Choo choo. I want to come back as a crow. See, I don't know if that's right or if that was accurate. So I tried doing the thing that helps you to figure out what your aura is, and I don't. I may have not done it right, but it did say to do it
so.
with a blank wall.
All right.
But yes, I
And
think that it concludes tonight's very
one
impromptu, but also very informative. And
Hey, I just want to let you know we made it an hour and 12 minutes.
woo
It's one
woo.
it's one of our longest podcasts.
I think it's actually one of the greatest ones too, because
I think
we
this is
all
great.
needed it.
Yes, I very much concur. Very much concur.
I love the word concur.
I like the word.
Um,
Listen, I can use big words too,
I
just
never
because
said you couldn't. But you know, if you've
I
read a book more once or twice, you can learn a lot
I
more.
I don't use big words all the time does not mean that they are not in my vocabulary.
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
Well, you go and have a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious kind of day.
Hey, whoop, whoop.
But
Go team! Jen, and Kenny.
woo-hoo!
Woo!
That is the end of the Jen and Kenny show. Y'all have
Oh,
a wonderful
hey,
night.
don't
Come
forget.
back now, you hear?
Right, don't forget to stay unhinged, unfiltered, and unmedicated.
Unscripted and unmedicated. And definitely
Whatever.
unrehearsed. Definitely
Right?
unrehearsed.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. I
All right,
love you
you all have a
all.
great night. I love your
Bye.
faces. Bye. Oh no!